All right, we're back again, and I've got Flippy O by my side, who's he commentated a lot of the tournament and commentated the grand finals with me, providing some expert details that I
played for a while,
with my humble level of experience, cannot copy yet. So thanks for that.
Of course.
So tell us a bit about your take on the top 8 of this tournament.
I barely made top 8. I didn't have the best performance initially, but I ended up getting into bracket top 8, and I had like the worst matchup possible for me. Tomber's Ice Climbers. He beat the crap out of me, honestly. I know the guy right behind me also made 7th, which was, he would say, of course I made top 8, but it was a good performance for him because it
was a stacked tournament.
Yeah, exactly, and it's like who will perform well this tournament, and Majid always shows up. So, what else did we have? So we had a lot of kind of old school players that haven't necessarily played a lot, and then some people from out of the country. And it's kind of interesting to see that dynamic of they kind of still keep up with the youth or whatever you want to say.
Eagle.
They're still Eagle
shout
did
out.
really
Chansey.
well. And Chansey, he didn't make top 8, I think. But no, he didn't. But he did definitely, he took a game off of Mo, and people had a lot of trouble with him. I think Stelsig also lost to him. So
I beat him very easily.
But yeah, so they did well, but then also PT came from Netherlands. He apparently had some. He knew
I
someone
almost
here.
beat him very easily.
Just trying to get one stock at a time here. I don't know. One hit probably do it.
That's enough.
That's it.
And the webcam is. He beat Eagle, which was also kind of a surprise. Eagle kind of inactive, but still, he did really well.
Yeah, he did really well.
And of course, South Lennon, kind of on the upcome in general. We've seen him at some tournaments. He ended up placing 2nd behind Mo, and I think, in a way, I was like, that's probably what's going to happen. But it's also surprising still, even if Tomber was 2nd seed, to see that he also plays so highly, because he could have easily just kind of lost along the way against certain opponents.
Yeah.
Kind of like he lost to Eagle in pools, but then he clawed his way back up to top 3. So, really good job for him.
Flippy, you got top 8.
Yeah, so before we get into grand finals, actually,
you said belly.
I wanted to ask you about that, because you had some interesting points about the Pikachu versus Icy's matchup.
Yeah, it's worst or second worst matchup for Pikachu. Yeah. Which is why it sucks to meet the better player with the better character in the bracket. A lot of people can whine about this on Twitter and different Discord servers all day long, but Ice Climbers, first of all, they have a pretty easy regrab for handoffs. Second of all, they can chain grab with Sopo. So, it didn't matter that much. I think I got pretty well out of the chain grabs, but he just played it really well. I'm impatient. I can't really keep up with his level of play.
Yeah.
So it was, even if I played my perfect A game, I think I would have probably still lost, honestly. And I went into it with the mentality of probably gonna lose here, but I already went through quite a decent run in the tournament. I made top 8. I've been running all over trying to help out and stuff. So considering the amount of energy I put into everything, I'm just kind of happy with the performance.
I thought you had a very good performance, and during that whole set, I just kept thinking, he can gimp here, he can get a grab here, and maybe throw him off the edge or something. But there's 2 of them.
Yeah. So who do you focus, and which hitbox are you gonna get from your up air? Because it has 3 different hitboxes.
Yeah.
It sends backwards, it sends upwards, or it sends behind you, right? And then there's a reverse hitbox. It becomes really difficult. I think I got 1 or 2 gimps, but he's also, the better a player you are, and the more you know the matchup, you kind of get to a point where you know how to mix things up to a point where I can't just, I'm gonna do this again because it worked. Well, he knows that it works, so he's gonna do something else next time.
Yeah.
Or he might just, I already did this once, I know that. I'm gonna do something else now, and then a third thing, and then suddenly it's just kind of like a mix-up game where I don't even know what he's going to do now. So he might air dodge, he might side B later or earlier, or he might go low, he might go high. It's all kind of in the air, but it's difficult to win that matchup.
The total opposite almost with Softblendon actually getting the win over Tomber. And also, Tomber's a legend in these parts, and he's
for sure.
He's
he's played
player.
a lot of years, and he's been the best in Denmark for it varied who was the best, of course, but he's definitely been the top of Denmark for quite a while during his period.
He's definitely a great player. So
Yeah.
But I would say, I mean, matchup-wise, also Luigi seems to have a much better time than Pikachu does.
For sure. I mean, I actually don't know the matchup very well between Luigi and Ices. I think Tomber said that he was not looking forward to playing it, so I assume it's kind of bad for Ices. Luigi probably has some decent ways to kind of separate them.
Yeah, exactly.
It sounded like Luigi was pretty good at getting out of the handoffs, like he can jump out early or something because he's so floaty. So it didn't seem too bad, and then I think in this, like they played earlier, I think as well, where it was 3-0 for Southland, and then they played in Lucius finals.
Yeah.
Tomber definitely was losing initially, and then he won a game, and then it kind of, like that game and the next game, it looked, I want to say that like he kind of figured out maybe his play style. That's something that Tomber is also so good at.
Yeah.
He can kind of, you know, he learns as he plays. He reads the players' like kind of habits and play style to a point where he will just beat you on knowing what you're gonna do and try to do what will probably beat that. So it wasn't enough, but
No.
I mean, you could definitely see that he was adapting and starting to do a lot better at the end of the set. So I think that was kind of cool to see on its own.
Yeah, and Luigi kind of, I mean, he has these quick, hard-hitting aerials.
Yeah,
so He'll be able to quickly split them apart, and then once he's in between, maybe throws down a down smash, and then, you know,
For sure,
he can just focus on one.
The down smash probably is better at separating. The thing about the aerials is, I think I saw that as well. He threw out an aerial, landed on Tomber's shield, it separated Nana, but Sopa was just standing there in the shield still, so he just shield grabbed him. So you can get grabbed off of that still. So it's still risky, but probably also the traction of ice climbers. They wave dash pretty far, but it also means when you hit their shield, they kind of scoot back a little bit further, the same as Luigi, right? So you can sometimes pressure them to a point where they can't really re-grab you.
Yeah.
It just depends on your spacing, how you land your aerial and stuff. I think Seth Lennon just did a good job in general of not going in haphazardly and messing up on that part.
Yeah, and shout outs to the outlandish players, Soft London, Pate, Nano.
Yeah, they all did really well.
had
And as usual
Hot
in
Dog.
Denmark, Hot
Yeah,
Dog as
Hot
well. Yeah, he
Dog,
did
yeah.
some upset. Nano, he took a set off of Stelzig, which was amazing. Which is also why I got second seed in pool. I lost 2-1 to Stelzig, but took the game. But yeah, that's always in Denmark. It's like, oh, you look at top 8, and we have Ice Climbers, we have Pikachu, we have Luigi, we have Dr. Mario, we have Donkey Kong, and it's like, okay, well, we had a Fox and a Falcon and a Falco, sure. But like 5 of the matchups are like, what the fuck am I going to do in the top 8? It always happens.
No Marths.
No, I mean, we barely even have a Marth in Denmark. Bitch played Marth.
Yeah, he played for, but he turned to Fox, I think.
Oh,
after
later
a
on,
while,
okay, and I think Luna sometimes plays her Fox, her Marth, and then Jonas from Jutland plays Marth, but he's like inactive, active.
But we had, you know, quite a free. It was a pretty stacked tournament for Danish standards.
For sure,
We had
I
quite
mean
a
the
few-
biggest national tournament in like ever, maybe. I don't even know if there's been a bigger one besides Valhalla, which is an international one, right?
Right. So probably maybe the biggest congregation of Danish Smash Melee players.
Yeah.
And
been good.
in remembrance, really. And we had a couple of different strong showings. I think Yap is doing really well. I know he wanted to get even further, but he was kind of... He had a hard bracket. He ran into...
I mean, a lot of people did. I think what he said to me is that it wasn't necessarily about winning or losing, top 8, whatever.
No.
It's more about who he met along the way.
Yeah.
And what happened was Majid upset... how was it? No, Eagle upset Tumber.
Yeah.
Which meant that he met Tumber early. So it's like,
exactly,
Tumber's gonna beat me, and we also play at locals anyways.
Yeah.
So it kind of sucked that he met that one there.
Yeah.
But it wasn't how it was supposed to be, you know.
Yeah.
But you can never. That's the thing about pools, is that chaos will usually happen. I think it went pretty well still with like not people meeting too many of their same opponents as their local scene. I haven't heard really anyone complain, but he is really good. That's the thing. I lost 2 sets to him recently and I just got destroyed. I think we were talking about this, me and Saplan and Nano, when I was just driving them to the station, that the Danish scene seems to have, you know, we have 2, 3, 4 really good players. then there's kind of a little bit of a gap still,
Yeah.
you know, and that's what I felt here as well. I was interested in seeing, have we like caught up yet, right? Because we play a lot and people have gotten really good, but there's still kind of a little gap up to like the players that have played for 10 years, the players that's been at the top for a long time. But everyone at the mid level is like top of mid level. It's just everyone is just so good,
It's
and
very close up there.
I mean, we had a lot of Aarhus seeds very close to each other, all kind of just outside of top 8. But pretty much everyone who got that seed also beat everyone along the way that they would have to beat to get to that point.
Right.
A few upsets here and there, but the bracket pretty much ended up with kind of how we seeded initially, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, it was pretty. I mean,
a strong showing from Aarhus, but definitely like the top showing was still not like ours to take.
I mean,
besides Tomber.
we had Tomber had a really good tournament. Only lost out really to South London. Actually.
South Lennon and then Eagle and Pools. Yeah, he lost twice to South Lennon and then Eagle and Pools. So.
I'm not counting Pools.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, in bracket he really met South London twice. So
kind of sucks, right?
Yeah.
but when you get the third, who else are you gonna lose to than second and first, right?
So Tomber definitely showing worthy of his reputation. And then we had, like I said, I thought Jabe had a really good game against a really good set against Pate, but just
I saw some of it.
Close.
It was really close.
It was really close. I don't know if it ended 3-1 or 3-2, but it was really close.
I think 3-2.
So going into grand finals, your quick take.
Just about the results. I mean, it was Mo favorite. I'm not surprised he won. South Lennon just had some crisp movement. He did really good sometimes. Had some very clean edge guards, like just wave dashing to ledge rolling.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff where you can kind of cover DK's kind of difficult up B, really, to cover.
Yeah.
But Mo is just so fucking good.
Yeah.
He will get the combos. He did some stuff he's been lapping that people probably aren't even ready for. You saw like you were there, right? You saw the moment when he just grabs him, does nothing.
Yeah, just
He cargoes him, but he doesn't throw because it won't combo at that percent. Oh, grab! Is he gonna go for the same thing?
wow. They're laughing.
Oh! No way! He gets it. What the stuff like that is just like this guy is innovating Donkey Kong, and I know that it's a mid tier, almost a low tier. But considering his result, out of country, in country, everywhere, it's just get fucking ready because he's not gonna be the best in the world because he plays Donkey Kong, but he's definitely just gonna like kind of wreck people along the way to top 8s and all over Europe.
Yeah.
Maybe in America as well someday, right?
Yeah.
That's my final thoughts. I think he just did like the showing you expected. Creativity through the roof. Gameplay was just top solid. Nothing really to say. He was just playing well.
And on that note, thank you, Flippy.
Thank you.
Thank you for helping with the commentating as well.
Of course.
See you next time.
Yeah, see you next time.